So yesterday inside of Team Roar, we did end up going 4 for 4 on the day. I'm going to be walking you through the trading strategies that I ended up using to go 2 for 2 on SPX, buying towards the exact lows when they were cheap and out of the money, playing for a strong close, selling these contracts in the money for the biggest percentage gains within the market possible. I'm going to be walking you through this trading strategy that I ended up using, playing for the strong close. In terms of Team Roar, we started off the day on fire, going 2 for 2 during the morning trading session. As you can see right here at 9:31 a.m., let's buy 255 Tesla calls for 55 cents a contract. Ended up selling these calls at 105 cents a contract in just 9 minutes, starting the day off with a 100% profit return. As you can see, in terms of the trade, this is where we alerted in real time. You can see right here at 9:31 a.m. And then as soon as we got in, it had a massive spike to 105 a contract. If you were to just hold it for one more hour, you could have made a 500% return because it quickly went to 300 a contract. Now you would think all of the winning would stop there, right? Nope, because when you have a real-time money printing machine, when you have a real-time options trading alert system, we just print at the speed of fucking light at market open, middle of the day, and power fucking hour. So in terms of the second trade, let's buy 551 SPY calls for 26 cents a contract. We're risking 26 cents a contract. Ended up selling at 85 cents a contract right before the market closed, playing for a very strong close on SPY, man. Who the fuck do you know is going not far out of the money on SPY, holding till the close, selling at the exact fucking peak for the biggest percentage gain, making a 250% profit return. On the first trade, it was 100% win. You could have made 500%. On the second trade, we sold the exact fucking peak. You could have made 250%. And you would think all the fucking winning would stop there. But I'm going to break down my 2 trades on SPX where you could have made a 400% profit return on each fucking trade. Let's get straight into it, man. So as you can see on the SPY calls, these were bought towards the exact lows at 26 cents a contract. They did end up dropping to 14 cents. Inside of Team Roar, if you cannot afford to risk 26 cents a contract, trading is not going to be for you because we do not use stop losses. Do you understand? We hold these contracts and we sell them in the fucking money. If it does not work out, we let them expire worthless. There is no stop losses in Team Roar, only profit stops. We hold our trades for longer periods of times, we sell them deep in the money, and we get stopped out for profits, or we're selling into the move and leaving runners. That is what it is that we do. Now, in terms of the third fucking win on the day, let's get into it. So in terms of the trades that I ended up making, you guys are well aware my personal trading session was during that power hour trading session. I've never really been big on a morning trader. In terms of G-Roar, he trades during market open, he trades during the middle of the day, he trades during power fucking hour. In terms of me, middle of the day and power hour, I trade best during that power hour trading session. These were the trades that I ended up making on the day. I'm going to walk you through this step by step here, man. Let me go back throughout the chat and show you the trades that I ended up making. So I ended up going 2 for 2 on the day on SPX. I'm going to walk you through this. This was the first trade. Let's buy SPX 5535 calls at 115 cents a contract. Why did I decide to buy SPX calls 23 minutes before the market closed? I was playing for a very strong close. I'm going to walk you through the daily chart pattern and the 30-minute pattern that gave me the confirmation that we were going to close strong. And in terms of the morning game plan, you do get access to the morning game plan as well inside of Team Roar. And the morning game plan was very clear. It shows you the chart and it shows you the levels, where to go short and where to go long. And it was very clear to buy the dips above 548.53. Now, in terms of the reasons why I ended up buying these SPX calls, I'm going to walk you through it here, man. I'm going to show you step by step in terms of what I was seeing on the daily chart that led me to buy these calls. So why did I decide to buy these calls? It starts with the daily chart. So as a trader, you're going to want to dissect multiple time frames. Now, the way I prefer to do it is I prefer to start with the daily chart patterns. Then I like to break it down. You can break it down with the 2 hour, you can break it down with the 1 hour, and then my favorite time frame is that 30-minute time frame. When you are using longer time frames, you're going to be able to see longer patterns that last for a longer period of time, right? So if you're trading longer time frames, that means you're going to be able to hold for longer durations, right? Now, the people buying in the money option contracts, they typically don't hold for a very long period of time because they set stop losses and they get stopped out. They're doing the complete wrong way. They're buying expensive contracts in the fucking money risking more money, and they know they're risking more money, and they're typically not holding fucking long because they don't hold their fucking trades. They're risking more money. They're buying more expensive contracts, and they're setting stop loss. They're like, dude, these contracts are high as fuck. We better set a fucking stop loss. I ain't gonna lose all this shit in the fucking contract. I ain't holding that. With us, we do the complete fucking opposite. We buy cheap far out of the money option contracts. Our max risk is if they expire fucking worthless. There is no stop loss, and we have the entire day to sell them in the fucking money, and we have the highest win rate doing this, buying cheap far out of the money option contracts, selling deep in the money with the highest percentage gains. So in terms of the daily chart patterns that I was seeing, when I'm looking at SPX, I'm also looking at SPY. The patterns are going to look different at times, but I'm looking at both. And then during the power hour trading session, SPX is the one that has that middle strike. It's very, very rare where you see that SPY has the strike in the middle. It's usually just a 1 point strike, but SPX has a strike in the middle, and sometimes the strike on SPY is going to be too far out of the fucking money. So if you're playing, to go a little bit out of the money and you're looking to sell in the money, you're going to have to go with that middle strike on SPX to have a very successful trade in that sense. So in terms of the overall patterns, this is what I was seeing. I was looking at a daily chart pattern on SPY, and this is what really caught my attention, man. These specific patterns right here. You can see a lot of similarities. You have this red bearish candlestick facing down, and then you have three very strong bullish closing days where the next 3 days close very strong at the highs, right? And then you can see you have this bearish candlestick facing down, and then you can see for the most part, you're having some sort of continuation where it's closing strong at the highs. But this is what really caught my attention. You can see again this, bearish facing down candle, and then this red pin right here, this bearish facing down candle, and then this red pin right here. And then what does it do for the next 3 days? The next 3 days, it starts to have a bullish uptrend, and it starts to close strong at the highs, strong at the highs, strong at the highs, strong at the highs, strong at the highs. So those were some of the reasons that led me to be bullish on the daily chart pattern. And then you're going to see on SPX, the patterns are going to be looking different at times. But you could just see, man, look at this pattern on SPX. You have this red bearish facing down candle. You have this red bearish facing down candle. Then you have 3 bullish candlesticks closing strong towards the highs. You have 3 bullish candlesticks closing strong to the highs. So there's going to be a lot of similarities in a fucking sense, right? But it was truly the 30-minute chart. So I was seeing that the morning game plan was working out to a fucking T, and I was seeing that on the daily pattern, SPY SPX, it was going to try to have a strong bullish day. There was a possibility where it can lose some gains into the close, but overall, it was going to have a strong bullish day. So is it going to close strong at the highs, or is it going to lose a little bit gains? I used the 30-minute chart and I used the 1-minute chart to confirm that it was going to have a very strong bullish closing day. This is what I ended up doing, man, and you're going to see the patterns are going to be different. You have to watch both. The patterns are going to be different on SPY and SPX. You have to be looking at both when you're doing this. But this was the pattern that led to my specific success. So I showed you how I started off with the daily chart pattern, which gave me a bias that it's going to close strong towards the highs, or it's going to close directly at the highs. And then in terms of my confirmations, I'm breaking it down. Well, is it going to close strong at the highs, or is it going to close, strong towards the highs? The 30-minute chart, I'll break it down. You can also use the 1-hour chart as well. But if I'm playing for the last 30 minutes, I'm typically looking at that 30-minute chart, but you can also look at 1-hour patterns, see how it's going to close for the entire hour. But this is what I'm looking at, man. Right here, you see the resistance on the 30-minute chart at the previous closing price. Right here, you see how there's some resistance aligned with this previous closing price. Breaks above resistance, breaks above resistance. Green, red, green. The floor is above the previous resistance at the previous closing price. Green, red, green. The floor is above the previous resistance at the previous closing price. Some sort of pattern is developing. So what happens after it goes from green, red, green, after that green candlestick closes like this? This is what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have fucking 4 bullish candlesticks after. So as you can see right here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candlesticks after. And it closed strong towards the highs, and it closed strong towards the highs. Using that 30-minute chart pattern that not a single person has taught you, and not only teaching you, but we capture this in real fucking time. It's the same patterns happening over and over again, man. That's what I like to do. I like to catch trends. I like to catch patterns. I'm saying to myself, I dissected the daily chart for a bullish close towards or at the fucking highs, and then I'm looking at the 30-minute chart pattern. I'm saying, this has been repeating itself for the whole fucking day. That's what you have to do, man. You have to capture trends. You have to capture fucking patterns. You can be the last person to capture a trend to make the biggest percentage gains within the market if you are buying cheap, far out of the money option contracts on SPY or SPX. And like I said, in certain situations, even if you want to go with SPY, it might be too far out of the money if there's not a lot of time left on the fucking clock into the close. So you're forced to buy SPX. And if you trade on fucking Robinhood, you can't trade on SPX, and they're also going to fuck your 0-day contracts at 3:30 p.m., so be aware of that as well. Make sure you guys are using a real broker. You can look into Schwab, you can look into Webull, you can also use two brokers. If you want to save commissions early on, you can use Webull, and then after 3:40 p.m., you could use fucking Schwab. Look into your options, man. I'm telling you, do not make those mistakes. But anyways, man, SPX, let me walk you through this trade, man. So I ended up buying these at 12:37 p.m., That's why I was bullish, right? So I start off at 115 a contract. That's not risking a lot. That's fairly cheap. So in terms of the prices that we're paying for SPX, you'll typically see 50 cents to 150, sometimes 200, but we like to stay around that 50 cent to 150 mark, and we're waiting until 3:30 p.m. So in terms of the options trade alert system, we start off light buying cheap contracts on SPY, and then towards the end of the day, we trade SPX. They cost a little bit more than SPY. So if you're green in the morning, you can walk away. If you're very green in the morning and you want to risk 30, 50% of your profits, risk it on SPX if you want to experience potentially bigger profits. If you don't want to take the fucking risk, then just call it for the day. If you're in a situation where you can't take that extra risk, then don't trade SPX, because then you can go green to red on the day. Never go green to red on the day, especially if you have 2 wins on the day. So anyways, man, this was the trade. Let's buy SPX 5535 calls, 115 cents a contract. I made it very clear we are supposed to close strong in the money. All of the dips are going to get bought. It is supposed to close strong at the new highs. Calls should be a safe hold until the end of the day. And you're going to see at times, man, the SPX contracts are the ones that are going up the most, not the SPY contracts when you are trading during the last 30 minutes. So you're paying a little bit more in a sense, but they're going to be going up the biggest percentage-wise, so it's worth the fucking risk, man. These SPX calls have barely moved all day. They're going to print in the money. So I made it very, very clear on what the game plan is. As it was dropping, I added at 80 cents. I bought these at 115. I added at 80 cents. My average was 100. They dropped to 20 cents. Most people, when they're down 80%, they cut their loss. We do not use stop losses. If you can't afford to risk $100, $150, don't fucking trade, or just wait for SPX to go fucking lower. Or if it makes sense, buy the SPY calls that are even fucking cheaper, man. The point is, we are buying these cheap fire money option contracts. We are not using stop losses, and we are known for selling them in the money for the biggest percentage gains with the highest win rate doing this, man. We removed the stop loss. The only thing we're getting stopped out is for fucking profits, because at times we will set profits if we're not selling into the fucking moves, man. So we're doing the complete opposite of what everyone else is doing. We are holding our trades much longer than everyone else. We are buying cheap far out of the money option contracts. We are selling them in the money for the biggest percentage gains with the highest win rate doing this. So in terms of that fucking trade, I did not get stopped out because there is no fucking stop loss, man. Whatever we're putting into these fucking trades, if it doesn't work out, that's what we lose. If they expire fucking worthless, then they expire fucking worthless. If they go in the money, we sell in the money, we lock in the fucking gains, we could leave some fucking runners, we can set fucking profit stops and get stopped the fuck out for fucking profits, right? So as that was dropping to 20 cents, I did not add. So these specific contracts, if you go to the 5-5-3-5 strike, right? These drop to 20 cents. So what we try to do is we try to avoid adding into losers. When we're adding, we try to focus on winners. When we're winning and we're in the green, we tend to win very fucking big on these trades. So we'll do a little add when we're winning. We don't like to average our costs down. Now, you could just wait for these trades to drop a lot, or if you are in a situation where you have enough to risk buying 2 contracts, you can just buy one, and if it drops a fuck ton and it makes sense, you can add and average your costs down. Or you can simply buy another strike. It all depends on your situation, how much capital you have, right? I'm just trying to open your mind a little bit to the strategies you can do, because what you need to understand is when you are trading this way, you have options to do anything. That's the best part about far out of the money option contracts. You can do any type of strategy, any type of risk management system you want to fucking do. You could buy multiple strikes. You can do any fucking thing. That's the beauty of options. You have unlimited fucking options. But in terms of the option contracts that give you the most options, it's the ones that are further out of the money. People who are buying in the money, they're paying more, they're making less percentage-wise, and they are getting stopped out because they can't afford to hold. That's why they're not fucking holding. They're getting in and out for a quick 5-10% win. We're holding a little bit longer, risking less, making 100%, 300%. During power on SPX, we can make a fucking 1,000%, and we don't use the fucking stop losses, and we're risking less, and we got a higher win rate than fucking them, man. Wake the fuck up, man. This is the hardest style of trading to fucking achieve. This is the true top tier. When you master trading and you know how to hold your trades for a longer period of time and you're trading options, you'll start to see that far out of money option contracts is the true top tier level of day trading option contracts. So in terms of this specific trade, man, this is where I got in. This is where I ended up adding. And as you can see, it did drop to like 25 fucking cents and it went to 450. I ended up selling selling and sending my real-time X alert right here on the way up when it was at 245 a fucking contract. And then it quickly went to 450, man. It went from 20 cents all the way to 450. And like I said, you don't have to get in right away because these contracts, they're going to decay at the speed of fucking light. If the SPX SPY's having a fucking drop and they're not going in the money, right? As we get closer into the close, they're going to decay. So if you want, you can wait a little bit. You can buy them fucking cheaper, or you can wait for them to even go, fucking green to red to green, and then you can add to winner or just look to get in. There's a lot of different strategies that you can do, but this is what I decided to do. We prefer to not add to losers. We try to avoid averaging our costs down and adding to losers. We like to add to winners, right? Now, what I ended up doing was instead of averaging my cost down, I picked up another strike. You're going to see me do this at times, right? So the intention is to sell all of the strikes in the money. But with this type of strategy, you do not need a high win rate. We have the highest win rate in the game doing this, but you do not need that. So this is what I ended up doing, and I'm going to walk you through this, man. I ended up buying 5/5/30 calls. Right here at 12:45 p.m., instead of averaging my cost down, I ended up buying SPX 553 calls at 145 a contract, right? So this was at 12:45 p.m. I'm going to pull up the option chain. As you can see right here, this was at the exact lows. You see that? I bought and alerted the second strike. So you're going to see this happen all the time. If I ever enter two strikes on the same side, the second strike is going to typically be towards the exact lows. Like I said, we prefer to not average our cost down, but if you did want to do that, and if you can afford to do that, you can buy one at 100, and then if it drops to fucking 50 or fucking 30, you can add one more if that's the route you want to go. Or you can do something like this as well, or you can do both. Like I said, man, you have to really sit here and think about this because you can do any fucking thing. Even with a couple $1,000s with this type of option trading strategy, it gives you unlimited options. When you are going further out of the money, the contracts are so fucking cheap. They're the biggest percentage gains, and you don't need the highest win rate doing this, but when you got that, you got everything. That's when you're truly the fucking best in terms of trading this. So in terms of this, you can see right here, I bought these and alerted them real time at the exact fucking lows. As soon as I got in, they just consolidated for a couple fucking minutes, and then I sent out an add alert into the winners because like I told you, we like to add to winners. I ended up adding at 170 a contract. This is all alerted in real time what it is that I'm doing. And then I ended up selling both of the contracts literally towards the exact fucking highs at 12:54 p.m. These are at 620 a contract. That's from 120 to 600 in fucking minutes, man. Where else are you going to be able to put yourself in trades where you're risking $100 to make 600 in fucking minutes? That's another thing where I would start questioning people, man. For these people who don't hold their fucking trades, man, fucking for just a couple fucking minutes, if they're just holding their trades for a couple fucking minutes, why aren't they trading SPX or maybe even SPY towards power hour running up 1, 2, 300, 400%? If they're just scalpers and they get in and out very fucking quickly and they never hold their fucking trades, why the fuck aren't they doing this, man? Why the fuck aren't they making the biggest percentage gains buying the cheapest contracts with the lowest fucking risk, man? I'll tell you, this is the hardest fucking strategy to fucking master. I'm telling you, this is the highest level you can possibly get to in terms of trading fucking options, man. This is the fucking top. It takes for fucking ever to get to this fucking level, man. So that was the real-time entry. That was the real-time exit. Now, why did I decide to buy another strike, man? It had to do with the 1 minute chart. So I explained to you the 30-minute chart pattern that I was seeing for a very strong close, right? I walked you through the pattern that I was seeing for a very strong close. So my mindset was it's going to close strong. So if it's going to close strong, what would be a gift? A gift would be a nice pullback before the 30-minute candlestick closes to buy the dip. Now, How do you do that? If you're expecting a 30-minute bullish candlestick to have a very strong close from the last 30 minutes into the close, how can you figure out where to be buying these calls? You have to use times and you have to use support and resistance. So I'm going to show you. You're going to see right here, this is resistance on SPX. You see how it formed resistance for a couple minutes at 5527. Then what do you want to happen? You want a very nice overreaction to the upside. You want a very nice breakout to the upside. You see how it goes from 5527 all the way to 5533, right? So that's a very nice quick breakout, right? And then you want it to quickly drop back to that previous resistance. Once it drops back to that previous resistance, that's where the floor is going to try to turn into the new floor. It's going to try to form support, turning previous resistance into support. The bigger the breakout, the better. The quicker the drop, the better. Now, in terms of the times, these are the times you want this to be happening. So remember, if you're playing for a 30-minute bullish close, you want a strong breakout above the resistance on a 1-minute chart, and then you want it to quickly drop back down to that previous resistance. That's going to be your entry. And then in terms of the times, you want the times to be later into the close when the contracts are very cheap and very decayed. So I'm going to give you some key times where reversals can happen as well. Right? So in terms of the last 30 minutes, it can happen at the 15-minute mark, it can happen at the 21-minute mark, and it can even happen at 23 to 25-minute mark, right? So typically, you'll see like 3:45, 3:51 p.m., 3:55 p.m. In this case, it was a short day, so, it's the 12 p.m. situation, right? But you get what I'm saying, right? And then this is going to be your entry. Your entry is going to be into this fucking support right here. You're just going to kind of get in, playing for that strong bullish close, man. We made this very, very clear, man. And then this was the ad you could see right here at 12:48 p.m. I was adding into the winner. Why was I adding into the winner? Because I'm playing for the strong close, and it bottomed at the level where I bought those calls at the exact fucking low. That was an auto entry, meaning I could have literally set up an auto bot to just fucking buy it there because I knew just to get in using the strategy. Previous resistance reacts to support, and it's a key time. This is literally happening, 13 minutes before the fucking close. The Bears failed. They had their fucking chance, man. They had so much time to fucking crash it and drop it. And I explained to you the 30-minute pattern, why I was going to close fucking bullish. This is the stuff that nobody teaches you, man. They don't have the visuals, man. Nobody taught them this. Do you understand? You have to have a unique way of viewing the market with these patterns. And when you see these patterns, you have to patiently wait for them to develop, and you have to have some sort of way to confirm that these patterns are going to continue to work. So I broke down the 30-minute chart with the 1-minute chart for an entry, man. It's just common sense. If it's going to close strong and there's only fucking 13 minutes on the fucking clock, the calls are going to be fucking decayed. They're going to be fucking cheap as fuck with this overreaction from the upside to the fucking downside. This is a gift for fucking calls. It's just sitting there. It cannot just sit there. A move needs to happen. These massive moves happen all the time in the last 15 fucking minutes. A move needs to fucking happen. And then look at this. Green, red, fucking green, and uptrends. Green, red, fucking green, and uptrends, man. Pay attention to these fucking patterns. But one thing you need to understand about patterns is it's not just the fucking colors, man. It has to look a certain way. You can look for like a slanted uptrend. It has to be on a bullish type of trend day in a way. It gets more advanced, man. I'm just showing you some of the basics, man. But I made this very clear in real time at 12:48 p.m. That is the bottom. Hold SPX calls till the fucking close. New highs await us, man. This was all documented in real fucking time, and then it was a very good sell at the 500 mark, man. So in terms of those two trades alone, you could have made a 400% profit return on each trades, man. So look, on G-Worst trades with Tesla, you could have made a fucking 500% return. On his trade with SPY, you could have made a 250% return. And then on my SPX trades, you could have made over a 400% return on each fucking trade. We went 4 for 4 on the day, man. So you tell me, who the fuck do you know is calling plays like this? Who the fuck do you know is printing like us at the speed of fucking light, man? Do you understand? This is the highest level you can possibly get to on trading fucking options. Someone left a comment, they said, why do you buy options that are further out of the money? It's very simple, man. Look, if I'm holding my trades for longer periods of time, right? Why would I buy in the money? Why would I buy in the money, which means I'm paying more for the contracts? Why would I pay more? If I'm paying more, I'm risking more. Why would I pay more? Why would I risk more to make less gains? It makes no sense. The in-the-money contracts are going to give you less gains. They're more expensive. The fuck? Why would I pay more? Why would I risk more to make less percentage gains, dude? I'm gonna have to set a fucking stop loss. No holding for those fucking people. Set your fucking stop losses. With us, we do the complete fucking opposite. You understand? This is the fucking top. You guys don't know what it fucking takes to get to this level to master this type of zero-date options trading alert system, man. So in terms of what we're doing the complete opposite of what everyone's doing. We're buying cheap option contracts. The contracts that we're buying are a lot cheaper, which means we can buy more contracts, which means we're creating more leverage for even bigger gains. And it also opens us up. Like I said, the beauty of trading options is options give you more options. But in terms of unlimited options, it's in far out of the money option contracts. With far out of the money option contracts, cheap is low risk. You can create any risk management strategy you want to create with these, right? So we're buying these cheap contracts, and they're so fucking cheap, we do not use stop losses. If you cannot afford to risk the price of the contract or what you're putting into the contracts, then don't trade. If that's just too much for you, if $20, $30 is just too much for you, then this is not for you. Whatever we're putting in is our max risk. We increase the winnings by adding a little bit more into the fucking winnings, because when we win, we tend to win fucking big. And we protect our profits and avoid going green to fucking red on a fucking trade by setting a fucking profit stop, selling into moves at high levels of interest, and leaving some runners to run for some extra gains, right? And these contracts, you're going to see, we're allowed to hold them for a much longer time than everyone else because we're not using a stop loss. And our intent is to sell them in the money for the biggest percentage gains with the lowest risk. So we're holding a little bit longer, we're risking less, and we're able to make bigger gains percentage-wise and dollar-wise than everyone else, because the percentage gains are so fucking big. And to increase the gains dollar-wise as well, you can also add to the winners. And to protect your fucking wins, you can sell into the moves at high levels of interest. You can set profit stops and get stopped out for fucking profits in the green instead of getting stopped out for fucking losers, because we don't use fucking stop losses, man. Hey, we know where your stop losses are. My people do. It's be fucking killed over here. They're fucking hunting for people. They know where all your fucking stop losses are, dude. When people are getting fucking stopped out, I'm either buying a new fucking strike or I'm waiting for my fucking trade to flip from fucking red to fucking green and add to my motherfucking winners, dude. We let them expire fucking worthless. And we have the highest win rate fucking doing this, man. So if you want to surround yourself with us inside of Team Roar, and if you want to get access to the real-time trade alerts, it's going to be the first link down below in the description. You can get access to my secured private organization inside of Team Roar, and you can start printing with us at the speed of fucking light, man. We had a member, he said, is this normal? Is all this fucking winning normal, man? People can't believe how normal it is for us to have not only the biggest percentage winnings, but on how fucking consistent we are doing this, man. We're maintaining an extremely high win rate doing this. And like I said, with this type of trading style, you do not need a high win rate. But when you've done this for so long, man, you only get better. The winning only gets more, and you only get a higher increased win rate, man. So with that being said, man, we absolutely fucking crushed it, man, and we're killing it. So if you want to be a part of the team, it's going to be the first link down below in the description. And you guys are well aware, Fridays are known for being our best fucking days. So if you want to come print with us and make an absolute fucking killing tomorrow to end the week on a very strong green note, it's going to be the first link down below in the description. You'll be getting access to my real-time trade alerts, to GWorth's real-time trade alerts, and of course, the morning game plan. Every single day you're getting access to that morning game plan. Sometimes it's sent out right before the market opens. Sometimes it's sent out an hour or two into the market. It depends on the type of price action, right? So you're getting access to that real-time market analysis, a real-time zero-date options trading alert system. You guys are well aware, in terms of my mastery, it's the power hour trading session. GWorth, you're going to see him all the time kill it at that market open. And like I said, it's a system, man. We have a system to make people money. If you're green in the morning and you can't afford to risk more, don't trade during power hour. If you want to risk more, risk 30 to 50%, trade during power hour. If you don't want to risk more, then just call it for the fucking day, man. And if you're fucking red during the morning session, which is very fucking rare, then you can trade the session later on, man. Like I said, think of this strategy, man. You could have 3 trades in the morning on SPY, 30 cents a contract. Let's say none of the trades worked out. That never happens inside of Team Roar where we have more than 2 to 3 L's in a row. But let's say it happened, right? One trade on SPX out of fucking 100 runs up to fucking 500, 900. It makes all the fucking, it makes it all back and more, man. You're going to see every single month, there's going to be at least 2 to 3 1,000% wins on SPX. Every single fucking month, man. and you're going to see the morning session, 100% wins, 200% wins. Just do the fucking math on all the percentage gains that we made on just 4 fucking trades. SPX from the low 100s to 450. Right there. Fucking 450. And then you have, SPX from fucking 100 to 890. Fucking 900% potential trade. And then you have the morning trades. SPY. Fucking Tesla. 500%, 250%. Man, look, you tell me, man. Who the fuck do you know is doing this? How the fuck is this even possible? You understand? This is the fucking top. You want to be a part of this? It's the first link down below in the description, man. You can make your cost back of the fucking subscription on one fucking contract, man. We're entering fucking trades that are going from fucking 50 to 500. You can't do that anywhere. We mastered SPX. We mastered SPY. And you're going to see G where he's going to trade Tesla, Nvidia, Apple at times. In terms of me, I'm just trading the 0 days. So in terms of other stocks besides SPY and SPX, I'll mainly just focus on those. Not that I have to. Those will be on Friday, man. Every single Friday, I do want to put a little bit more focus into finding stocks besides SPY and SPX to trade, because those can offer some massive fucking gains, man. But to truly master something, you're going to want to focus on the price action, the charts, the strategy, and, just a couple symbols. You don't want to trade 20, 30, 40, 50 fucking different symbols with the same patterns. You really want to get to know one or two, and the ones that I've chose are SPY and SPX, and they always have the 0 to 8 options. You get to know a stock, you get to know its price action. That's going to overpower every fucking thing, along with trading, the strategies, the patterns, and of course, you guys are well aware, intuitions and heart of cards, man. See, that's another thing, man. Some of my trades, I really can't even recap, in a sense, some of the trades that I make because they just come from the heart of cards. They come from the intuition. I truly can't even on some of the trades recap. Now, I could explain what that means in a sense in terms of the intuition that I was experiencing, something like that. But then I have other trades where it starts off with the chart, with the patterns, and then once I enter the trade, the confidence can really fucking come in if you're experiencing that intuition, man. Sometimes you're not going to experience it when you're in the trade. Other times you are. But if you're not experiencing that, then you're going to have that price action. You're going to have to really break it down with that 1 minute chart, previous resistance, reaction, support. You get the point, man. So look, you want to be a part of my secure private organization. You want to come sprint with us at the speed of fucking light. It's the first link down below within the description. We're going to absolutely fucking crush it tomorrow.